Hi, this is Jonathan Keller from California Family Council and California Family Alliance. It's Tuesday, April 28th, and I'm back here at the Sacramento Capitol building where we've just had a very busy day of testimony. The first bill we were here for this morning with an 8:30 start was AB 775, which we've talked with you about quite extensively in the past few weeks. Now, this bill, introduced by Assemblyman David Chiu from San Francisco, would require all pregnancy care centers in the state of California to advertise for and refer for surgical and chemical abortions that would be provided at many times for free by the state of California. Now, remarkably, this bill went to the Judiciary Committee and there was some very intense testimony, particularly when Assemblymember James Gallagher from Chico was cross-examining Assemblymember Chiu. He brought up several very good points regarding the hypocrisy of requiring the only clinics in the state that are privately funded to take these notices and be required to refer for abortion. We spoke with several people earlier today about the need for opposition to AB 775.
My name is Chastity Ronan. I am the Executive Director of Alpha Pregnancy Center in San Francisco. I'm here today to oppose AB 775, which is a bill that would require centers like mine to refer women to places where they could receive an abortion.
Hi, I'm Bob Gild. I'm the Executive Director at Alternatives Pregnancy Center in Sacramento, California. Alternatives Pregnancy Center opposes AB 775 because it solves a problem that does not exist. The NARA report that prompted this bill suggests that pregnancy centers routinely lie and mislead and deceive women when it comes to their reproductive choices. Nothing could be farther from the truth. And so the bill solves a problem that is not there.
I'm Kathy Seepy, and I'm the CEO of Living Well Medical Clinic in Grass Valley, California. And I am opposed to AB 775 because as a licensed medical facility in the state of California, the government is asking us to advertise for abortions, free and low-cost abortions through state programs. And it is against our conscience to want to be able to not refer a patient. And not only are they asking us to refer, but they're asking us to refer by posting it in the waiting room before we've even had an opportunity to hear why the woman has come to our clinic, or we've had an opportunity to assess what her needs are.
Very specifically, it violates our conscience of protecting life, of preventing women from experiencing the pain that abortion frequently results in. It was great that Assemblymember Gallagher pointed out that pregnancy centers offer hope to women who've been through terrible pains, and we work to restore their lives.
The other reason that I am opposed to AB 775 is that it's very clearly compelled speech. What it is doing is it's requiring pregnancy centers, and only pregnancy centers, to preach a message that we do not agree with. It is not our message. It is a government-compelled message that we will be required to post in our waiting rooms, and that is very clearly compelled speech and unconstitutional.
If I could say one thing to the sponsors of the bill, I would ask them first to look at our center, to come to Alpha Pregnancy Center and see the truth of how we're helping women. I would also ask them to consider the infringement it is on our right to free speech.
Now, we're going to also link you to the testimony from Assemblyman James Gallagher. The whole hearing is a little bit long, it's about 90 minutes, but we're going to put a special link to just the cross-examination portion where Assemblyman Gallagher was cross-examining Assemblymember Chiu. Honestly, it was one of the best pieces of testimony I've seen in my time here in Sacramento, and it was encouraging to see people who support the sanctity of life respectfully and lovingly, but firmly, defending the rights of people of conscience to express their faith and to stand up for women and for children. Later in the afternoon, we also heard testimony on AB 1254. This bill was introduced by Assemblywoman Shannon Grove out of Bakersfield, and this would require that the California Department of Managed Healthcare, or the DMHC, would not be able to force private churches to pay for abortion coverage in their health insurance plans. Now, I know that sounds crazy, but believe it or not, right now in the state of California, if you are a church and you want to provide health insurance for your employees, even for your pastors, you are right now required to pay for abortion coverage.
Listen, I know in Sacramento it's not a place where you usually find a pastor from Southern California, but the issue is that California is actually mandating that Christian churches take part of their tithe money and actually fund elective abortions in this state. Unlike any other state in the United States, California is taking our tithe funds and portioning a part of that to elective abortions, and biblically I can't stand for that. Listen, as a pastor of any church, regardless of your denomination, AB 1254 is something that we all need to get behind for this reason. It brings us back to the freedoms that we had just several months ago when this was imposed upon us. I don't know how many pastors realize this, but part of your income is now going to the funding of these abortions, elective abortions. And so we need to take back our freedoms, and we need to do it now. We need to stand for righteousness.
I also spoke with the bill's author, Shannon Grove, about why this bill needs to pass and why we need churches and pastors to speak up for truth and righteousness in Sacramento.
We need you to be able to participate so that we can stop things like this. Because if we continue to violate the religious freedoms of people of faith, I have great concerns for America. But Exodus 18:21 talks about how Moses was supposed to select or vote in people that were of good character, that feared God, and people that fear the Lord are not in office anymore. And in the Bible it says that they were going to put them over thousands, hundreds, 50s, and 10s. And I submit to you that that is a federal government, local government, state government. It's a subsidiary of that. It's a complete definition of what we operate under. And if you don't have godly, God-fearing individuals making rules and authority over you, then it's the wicked electing the wicked. And so we need to make sure that you get involved, you get active. Churches have got to engage in the civic arena.
Finally, one of the people who came and gave expert witness testimony was Casey Maddox from the Alliance Defending Freedom. He spoke with me earlier today before flying back to Washington, D.C.
I was here today to defend the right of churches not to have to pay for abortions with their tithe money. It has really come to that in California. We have a department, a bureaucratic agency here in California has decided to decree that every insurance plan in the state has to pay for abortions. And that means that we have churches in California now that have been required by state government to pay for abortions on their insurance plans. First of all, this is a tithe problem, right? Churches don't have money except for tithe money, right? This is money that's given to the church in order to support the ministry of the church, and the church is being forced to pay for abortions with that money. But this also interferes directly with the relationship the church has with its own pastors. These are abortions. The church is required to provide insurance coverage of abortion in California, even to its pastors. That's a clear violation of our basic constitutional freedoms. And the Supreme Court even recently 9-0 ruled that interfering with that kind of ministerial relationship violates the First Amendment. This is about as clear of a First Amendment violation as you're ever going to see.
So as you can see, we really do have our work cut out for us here in Sacramento. I mean, the idea that pregnancy centers would be required to advertise for abortion services, and the idea that churches would be required to pay for abortions, it's really almost incredible and unbelievable. But thanks to your help, we are making a difference. Earlier today, there were over 120 people who came out to the Pregnancy Care Center bill from all across the state. And you can see in some of the photos that we'll post the sea of green that was in the audience. There was literally hundreds of people that were there. Nothing is going to change overnight, but that doesn't mean we can sit on the sidelines. Please go to californiafamily.org to join our mailing list. Visit us on Facebook at facebook.com/CaliforniaFamily, and follow us on Twitter at twitter.com/CAFamily. All of us working together can make a difference. Thank you, as always, for your prayers. Thank you for your financial support. God bless you.